If you're not leveraging local SEO, it's a great opportunity to generate more awareness and leads for your remodeling and custom home building business. Let's dive into that topic in today's video. Hey, I'm Spencer Powell, and if you don't know me, I'm the CEO over at Builder Funnel, and our marketing agency has helped our clients generate well over $150 million in remodeling and custom home projects. This channel, Builder Funnel TV, is where we share some things that have worked for us in hopes that they will work for you as well. And today we're going to talk about local SEO and specifically 5 different things that you can be looking at and taking some action on so that you can raise your rankings and start getting found for more local targeted prospects, homeowners, people that want to do projects with you. So let's look at the first one, and that is making sure your Google My Business profile is highly optimized. And so this is going to be things like making sure you have filled out the profile very completely and you have accurate business information, accurate hours, accurate phone number, accurate way to contact you in terms of email, accurate website, all of those types of things, completely filled out profile. You want to make sure that you've done that. You also want to make sure the profile looks engaging. So that's going to look at things like the photography, the posts that you're putting out on that profile, and then reviews, and making sure you have as many reviews as you can get. And then obviously we want to get positive reviews. And usually if you can get somebody to fill out a little bit more information when they leave that review and not just, hey, it was great or something super short, but if they can kind of expand on that, those things go a really long way towards, one, ranking better, but then 2, when people actually read the reviews, they get a lot more out of those. And then the other thing is you want to make sure you've also filled out the right business category. A lot of times I see people spin up these profiles. Sometimes you see it on like the Facebook page as well, but you just select like a general category. You want to get it as close to what you actually do as possible. And so that means as people are doing searches that are more specific to what you do, then you have a better shot at coming up. But also it's not always just about quantity. And so picking a category that's maybe more broad that gets you found more, you're going to end up with a lot more leads that are not a good fit. So that's why we always want to be as specific as we can in how we're projecting ourselves to our ideal clients. All right, number 2, you want to do local research and local keyword research, and so that you can actually create local-based content. And so as you're building out, web pages and blog posts, we want to make sure that we're able to insert localized phrases, search terms, keywords, those types of things, and talking about those topics. So it could be things like, neighborhood information, local design trends, local architectural trends, or things that you see in certain areas. Some areas, don't do basements, so you would make sure that you're talking about things that are contextual to your local area, and local meaning the areas that you serve. And I think a lot of times, again, you get caught up in looking at, oh, well, these terms get tons of searches. But do they get tons of searches at a local level? And even if they do, are they relevant to the services that you provide? So we want to get, again, very hyper-specific around the keywords and the content that we're targeting and that we're writing about on our website. Next, we're going to talk about optimizing local landing pages. So this is going to target specific neighborhoods even that you serve. So a lot of times in SEO we think about starting broad at the city level, but what we want to do is kind of break that down into specific neighborhoods or little towns that are offshoots of maybe the major city that you operate in, and being able to write content that is hyper personalized to that location, especially if you get down to a neighborhood level where maybe it's a high-end neighborhood and it's got a specific name in your local city and people know it by that name. That means there's going to be some searches around that. It might be lower volume, but it's going to be super personalized, and it's the right type of clientele if you know, hey, I want to be working in this neighborhood. So don't shy away of getting super specific and granular just because you started your keyword research and you realize like, oh, it just says that these terms get, low searches, low monthly searches. That's because Google, when they're looking at all of this data, like they're looking for big numbers. And so the more you do keyword research, you get down to these little tiny, very specific terms that, that are hyper specific to you. but oftentimes they don't look like good opportunities when in reality those can be some of the best opportunities. All right, we touched on it earlier, but the next one is getting more reviews. Reviews go a long way towards both ranking in your local SEO kind of bucket in terms of ranking, on the map, getting found for local search terms. But then when people find you, they're more inclined to click. They're more inclined to look at you versus, the competition that's also sitting there on the map, and they're kind of looking at all the names and the star reviews, and they're looking at quantity, and then they're also looking at quality, like are you a 5, a 4.5? If you're 3 and below, they're probably not even going to look at you. And so it's really important that you put a heavy emphasis on getting reviews. And I would recommend building that into your process of you complete a project, you ask for a review, and then doing multiple follow-ups to try to get people to actually take the 60 seconds to complete that task for you, because it goes a long way for your business. All right, and then the last one is keeping your website healthy. So this gets into more of a technical SEO perspective, but this is going to be things like, making sure your website loads really quickly, looking at things like health score, and that's going to give you kind of an overall picture of your website. But then it's diving into granular things like, are there broken links? Is it, has the sitemap been submitted to Google? And there's a whole long list of things in this kind of technical SEO bucket. But these things are really important, and that is, when we think about showing up in a Google map, Google's also looking at your website, and so they want to make sure that your website is strong from a technical perspective. And so running your site through some tools to see what is your score in terms of not just like performance, hey, how much traffic, how many leads am I getting, but do I have, the right heading structures? Do I have meta descriptions? Do I have duplicate content? Do I have duplicate page titles or duplicate meta descriptions? How fast does my website load? So all of those types of things can go a long way towards getting you ranked in local search as well. So there you have it, 5 pretty tactical local SEO things that you can work on to start making progress to make sure that you're getting found for more of the right type of leads in your area. All right, we'll see you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.